Hi, today we are going to talk about black coral. Scientifically, it's called Antipatheria and it's traded under the name Akbar in certain parts of the world. Hawaii used to be the major source of this coral, but its fishing has been severely restricted in the past few decades after it was discovered that it is one of the slowest growing organisms and also one of the oldest living organisms in the world. In fact, some specimens have been found to have lived more than 4,000 years old. So, this coral is different than the other types of coral in the sense that it's not made of calcium carbonate. As you can see, this coral is made up of chitin layers. That's the same substance as is found in fish scales as well as insect exoskeleton. The way this coral is formed is that the layers of chitin are deposited around a cavity and the coral grows in concentric circles around that cavity. If you look at these corals under a magnifying glass, you will be able to see the concentric circles of deposition of this chitin molecule. That's the unique characteristic of this type of coral. Now, because it's not made of calcium carbonate, it lends certain characteristic to this type of coral other than as compared to others. It is not cold to touch, and it's also fairly lightweight. Chitin molecules are thermoplastic in nature, as in they become soft when heated. So as such, this coral can be molded into different shapes. And another defining characteristic of this type of coral is the presence of spines. Now, most of those spines get removed during the polishing step. So for commercial coral, you will not be able to see those spines. But in certain cases, if you look under the magnifying glass, you can still see the evidence of those spines. And that's one of the ways you can tell the real black coral apart from others. This chitin is also can be bleached fairly easily. So when this coral is exposed to hydrogen peroxide, it will lose its black color and it can become brown and in some cases golden in color. And it is sometimes sold as golden coral. The chitin also, when burned, gives off a foul smell similar to burning of hair, and that's another way by which you can detect this black coral. But that both bleaching and the heat test will be a destructive way of identification, which of course we don't want to do in most cases. And because of its lightweight and the presence of concentric circles, it is sometimes mistaken as wood. But the best way to tell this black coral is to look for the sparkle around the edges of this chitin layer. So if you, it should be visible in most cases. If you just rotate around some of these pieces, you should be able to see the layer of chitin, and that's the telltale sign that this is a real black coral.